Hello, my name is Allison Cornelli. I'm going to be your instructor this term for English 101. I'm really excited to work with you. I think it's going to be a great course for you. Just a little bit of background of why you're in here. I know some of you may see this on your schedule or talk to an advisor and realize to take this course. May have done a little cringing. Hopefully some of you have done a little happy dance because you like to write. But whatever the case, I welcome you to our course and just wanted to give you some reassurance that this is designed to help you as a student here at Eastern Gateway to be able to write at the academic level. So we're going to do a variety of different essays and writing assignments that are designed to help you as you move forward in the courses in your major. Of course, some of the assignments may not apply to every single major, but I think it does a really good job of really looking at the writing process. And of course, we'll be doing a research paper, so it'll give you a taste of what to expect as you keep moving forward. So hopefully, for those of you who are kind of on the fence of, I don't know why I need this class, or I don't want this class, or sometimes even have students who have taken this class in the past, just know that this was designed with you as a student in mind to keep you moving forward and to have some good skills as you start the courses in your major as far as academic writing. So let's get to it. I want to show you around the course a little bit so that you know where things are, and as you probably want for yourself, I want you to be successful. So I have these things on here to show you. All right, so this is similar to what you'll be seeing. I mean, this is an instructor view, so there might be a few things on here that you don't have, but pretty much when you log into the class, this is what you will see. This first section is the getting started section. This is something that you want to kind of go through this week and look and see what's available to you. And then also know that as you keep moving forward in the course that you can come back for these resources. So each of these resources have different links that you could use to help improve your writing. Okay, so that's just getting started. Unit 1, which as you'll learn, each unit is really each week. Okay, so this course is an 8-week course, so everything is in 1 week. So we have 2 assignments every single week. Most of them have an essay each week and a discussion board, but there are a couple of weeks where you have some shorter writing assignments. And then, of course, in week 7 is the research paper, and that's the only assignment that week. Whew, I'm sure you'll be glad about that. Okay, so you'll want to, and this is if you, hopefully you've already taken the introductory course to Canvas, so you kind of have an idea how it works, but this is just a clickable page, and this is just to kind of give you background. Every student who takes English 101 will have this similar course. It'll look very similar to this. So the difference will be the feedback that I give you and the different extra resources and things that I give you throughout the week. That'll be some of the extra learning part. So then you would just click on next, and it'll just take you through each page of the unit. And you'll notice that there is no textbook. Yay! It's already built in. So you'll want to go through and make sure that you're reading all of the extra links, because there are some like extra content pages and sample essays for you to look at. So each week it'll look very similar. There'll be lecture notes, which is kind of what we're going through right now, assignment information, and then discussion questions. There's 6 different discussion boards that we will do. Okay, and I want to point this out that students will typically spend on an 8-week course, I think my camera is on there, spend about 5 hours a week in the classroom. So it is a lot, but I want you to keep in mind that this is accelerated. It's an 8-week course. Normally this is a 16-week course, but it's been shrunk down because you're doing 2 assignments a week. So it is so super important to keep on top of that each week so you can be successful and get this credit and then move on to your next classes. Okay, I'm not going to go through every single thing, but just to kind of give you an idea of everything I wanted to get to. So this was a document. You can download these as you want. Sometimes people want to have something to write on. You can certainly do that. So here's that part I wanted to get to. There's a part in the personal narrative that has a sample essay that I want to make sure that you look at. I thought that it was on here, so maybe I'm missing that. I thought there was a example one on here. Let me go back. Yes, here it is. It's on the essay assignment. Okay. So you want to make sure that you look at that because that's a good example of the style that I want you to write in, and it's a good example of the length. Okay. So that is kind of a sample of what each unit is going to look like. Okay. So here are the basics of the assignment. Okay, so like I said, every course, every student that takes English 101 will see this exact same thing. But what happens is everything is in there that you need to know, but there are always like extra questions and extra information that helps writing this essay a little bit better. So that information that's going to come directly from me is going to be in the announcements. Okay, and you're going to want to click on this several times throughout the week. I will update it. We've been asked to keep the class active throughout the week, so I will update the announcements throughout the week. Today's the beginning of the week, so there'll be a new announcement. So you will click on this and it will show you kind of an overview. Okay, so and this is, I have this set up, it's kind of like in a newsletter format, and it'll be similar every week. It'll tell you what week we're on and what the focus of the week is. So, and it'll also give you some more information because as I've taught this for a number of years, questions come up each time. So I add to it each term. It's like, oh, okay, this question came up. So I think I have a pretty good comprehensive information here to supplement what's already in the course online. But it's really important because these are the things I'm going to be grading on. Okay, so here's all information about the personal narrative. Here's, what does it look like? Personal narrative is going to take the reader step by step through whatever the experience is. The reader is going to want to be able to smell and touch and taste and hear and see along with the story. So these are all the things that I'm going to be looking for. Can I detect those things in your writing? Dialogue is very helpful if you're telling a particular story, and it gives some good sensory description if you're going to use metaphors. And yes, the page length for this narrative is just it is a minimum of 2 pages, and you can end it at 2 pages. And I'm also asking you not to go over 3. One of the reasons we start out with a personal narrative is because you're going to write about something that you're familiar with. Some of you may have not written something for quite a while. So we start with something that is going to make you feel just a little bit more comfortable because it's something that you write about yourself. Okay. So I do kind of give you some hints about that. I'm going to be the only one that's reading this. Nobody else in the course reads this. But so you want to be, just choose your personal experience wisely. A lot of times it's something that's very short. If you're with your family or friends, it's one of those instances you're like, oh, remember that one time when we did that one thing? So it's just a small, very short snippet of time. Okay, so you wouldn't want to write about your whole high school career or your whole marriage, or even a whole wedding event would be really too much to write about because it's such a short essay. So you're going to think about that one little teeny part, like a little vignette or a little anecdote. But it should still have a beginning, middle, and end. Okay, so here's some things to think about before you're starting your essay. You're thinking about a moment in time, a conversation, or experience that sticks out as memorable. Okay, so then you want to think about, okay, put yourself back into that. And usually, for me, it helps to close my eyes. Okay, what are my visuals from that time period? Okay. What are the sights? It goes back to those sensory words. What was going on? What were you smelling? What were the sounds? If you were at the ocean, you could smell the ocean and hear the waves. So all of those types of things really help to make a good essay. So at this beginning part, before you even start writing, you're gathering up all of these memories. Okay. Why was this moment memorable to you? Would this be of interest to your audience? And don't think of me as your audience. I'm your grader, but think of your audience. Is it, somebody that's your age, or are you talking to, if it's a life experience, you're talking to somebody that may be younger. So your audience is not necessarily me. Okay. Are there conclusions or insights that you had because of this experience? And then you want to start listing all of those details that you have in your essay. What was the time, and what are some things that you remember? So you're kind of doing some pre-writing, and we'll get into this later in the course about the different parts of the writing process. But this is that writing. I used to call this, when I was teaching high school, I used to say we're going to romance this topic, and that's what's going to get you remembering about that and feeling good about it, that you want to get down on the information. So again, this is a minimum of 2, but please no longer than 3. Okay, so while you're writing about it, we talked about figurative languages, appealing to the senses. Remember to show, not tell. So using strong verbs, using a sentence variety. If you can remember or even kind of recreate some of the dialogue, that helps give that added visual. One thing to consider too, when you're telling a narrative, you don't want to tell everything in the very first sentence. It's nice to kind of let it unfold. And what kind of attention-getting intro can you add to it, so your audience would be, I wonder what's going to come next. Okay. Avoid any of the unnecessary details. This is probably one of the biggest things that students have problems with this very first essay. You want to write about everything, and I am excited to read about your life and to read about you, but as we're learning to write, you want to be more concise. Sometimes there's details that don't necessarily need to be included. Okay, so when you reread it before you submit it, those are the things that you want to look for. Okay, you want to say in first person. This is about the only time this entire semester that you will write in first person, so enjoy it. Most people, it's more comfortable to write in first person. However, when you're writing, you want to avoid using any kind of form of you, because then you're directly addressing the audience, and you don't want to do that. Okay, you're telling a story, but you're not saying you, okay, or your. So you want to leave that out of that. So one tip I have for that, for having those unnecessary pronouns, is when you're going back to edit and revise your essay, you want to just go through and look for the word you, if you know that's something that you write about. All right, so once you have finished your first draft of the personal narrative, consider the following questions before you submit. What was the importance behind this narrative? Is it something that was worth kind of telling that story? Okay, does it capture the audience? Is there enough detail? What have you gained as the author? What kind of insights? Are there enough descriptive words and examples that somebody could easily read this 2 to 3 page paper and understand what happened? What is the tone of the essay? Does it suit what you're trying to tell in the story? Is it appropriate? Is it organized? Again, for this essay, it's going to be a beginning and a middle and an end. And then looking for word choices. Is the conclusion memorable? Sometimes students have, especially with the narrative, you just want to end it. But sometimes you might want to have something that kind of brings it full circle. So think about how would you want to end it. And then does your title make clear what the topic is going to be and encourage readers to want to be interested in it? All right. So this first essay is 50 points and it will be due on Sunday. So you want to plan ahead to allow plenty of time to complete this. I know that we are in a world of busyness, and some of us have extra busyness, and we have kids at home or spouses at home or whatever the change is right now. But I know that at 11:45 on a due date, those are when things go crazy. So I encourage you to submit your assignments well before that deadline, so you don't have that last minute stress. Okay. And the other thing you're going to be working on this week, and I want to wrap this up because I know you're like, I need to get back to work. Okay. The other thing that you're going to be working on this week is discussion board. And so please read all the details here. I'm going to try something new this term is you can earn bonus points. And so read the details on that. And then I want to show you a few other things that are going to be in this weekly newsletter. I have information about what your essay should look like, links that you can go to. Here is a paper of what the top of your page should look like, so pay attention to that. I'll have weekly assignments, just the reminder. Here is our entire 8 weeks with all the due dates. So right now it seems like, whew, that's a lot. But keep this handy somewhere and mark it off and check it off each time you get something done. You feel, accomplishment. And then this date, mark this date on your calendar. This is the very last date that any assignment will be included, submitted. So make sure that you kind of understand what's going on. We move at a rapid pace. And if you want to do well in this course and earn your credits, then this is the schedule that you'll want to follow. All right, there's more information about discussion boards, information about how to be successful in this course. Some of it I've already talked about, but please read through this. And most importantly, please reach out. We have, I think I have it over here on the screen, Canvas Inbox, which it's kind of like an email system. It's not instant, but I will get back to you as soon as humanly possible, but always within 24 to 48 hours, usually much less than that. But this is the quickest way to reach me. It's inbox, even though it's not instant. Or also you have my email address, which is right here. Okay. So looking forward to working with you. See you in class.